Hello everyone, this is Chrissy, your Epicure consultant, and welcome to my kitchen. I just want to say thank you for choosing to spend some time with me. I know there's lots of things that you can do with your time, and I'm just very happy you chose to divert your attention to me for a little while so I can tell you a little bit about Epicure. Now, there's a myth out there that cooking is hard and time consuming, and that cooking healthy is even harder and even more time consuming. But I'm here to tell you that Epicure can put an end to that for you because it has seasonings and cookware and recipes that can help you go from raw to ready in 20 minutes or less. Now, I've been having a good time with Epicure myself. It's only been in the United States for 1 year this August, and I have been doing this since November of 2019. And I have to say that it has, I've always loved to cook, but it has really made cooking even more enjoyable and tasty for me and a lot quicker. So before I get started, I wanted to let you know I try to make these videos as evergreen as I can, including products and seasonings that you can get, but with these weird times, there may be some things that are out of stock. So just take heart and know that there are weird times going now. I will try to, and I will let you know when those get back into stock. Okay, so today what we're going to be making is a steamer lasagna. It's a very quick way to make lasagna. If you've made lasagna, you know that usually it isn't quick. So I'm going to show you how to do that today, and I'm going to make dessert as well. Let me adjust this for a second. I'm noticing you're getting my range, and that's distracting. Oh, well, maybe it distracts me more and it'll distract you. Anyhow, okay. So, what I did beforehand, because I don't have all night and neither do you, is I made the sauce. So the sauce for lasagna is right here. It's literally awesome sauce. And the way I made it was an Epicure recipe, of course. I used a can of crushed tomatoes and a can of diced tomatoes. And then the awesome part was Epicure's marinara sauce mix. So you make everything. Epicure has a recipe on the side of the jar or the packet, and we made a half a recipe of sauce for this lasagna. So that was a tablespoon and a half of the marinara mix, along with a half a pound of ground beef. So that's how I made the sauce. I just let it simmer. It took a couple minutes, no big deal. So that was that part. Now what I'm going to do for the lasagna next is make the creamy, delicious ricotta egg mixture that goes between the layers. So that is a couple eggs here. Now this is one of our prep cups, and it has the measurements on the side here as you see my eggs slide around. I'm going to get one of my spatulas here. This is the 3-in-1 spatula. I guess it's 3-in-1 because you can do what I'm doing here. You can spatulate, and it's kind of got, I don't know that you can see it from there, but it's kind of got a dip in here, so you can use it to sort of, if you're making cupcakes or something like that. And it's also got kind of a pointy edge. So, I don't know, 3-in-1. Anyhow, so that cleaned that out good. So this prep cup has measurements along the side up to a cup, has a handy dandy lid. You'll see several of these today. Okay, so I'm going to just break up the eggs a little bit, just 2 eggs. And this is some ricotta cheese. The directions say 2 cups. This is 16 ounces. I guess that's exactly 2 cups. I'm just going to take my spatula here again and make sure I get all that yummy goodness ricotta in there. Okay. And then I'm going to fish that fork out. Hold on. Let me get the ricotta off the fork. Okay. And I've got 4 cups of sliced spinach leaves, baby spinach leaves in there. All right. Well, that's a lot of spinach. I guess I should have grabbed a bigger bowl. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. While I'm incorporating, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about Epicure. It was founded in 1997 by a Canadian woman named Sylvie Rochette, and she was very concerned about the health of the food that her kids were eating. She had 2 kids and wanted to feed them healthy food. So she kind of experimented in her garden and made seasoning blends, and that's basically, and started selling them at farmers markets, and it's basically how Epicure was born. All right. So, and like I said, it grew in Canada for over 20 years before it came here last August. So, and I have to say, it's taken off quite well in the United States. I think people here are into cooking healthy stuff fast. What do you think? All right, here we go. So that's all incorporated. So now, what I'm going to show you is this magical cookware that we're going to cook the lasagna in, and this is our multi-purpose steamer. Now the steamer has a tray on the inside, and you can cook all sorts of things in the steamer. But let me tell you a little bit about it first. It is 100% food grade silicone, so it will not leach anything harmful into your food. I know some people are leery about cooking in the microwave, which is what we're going to do with the steamer today. But you can also put this in the oven up to 425 degrees. It's top shelf dishwasherable, and it is 100% non-stick. So it's a handy dandy tool. You want to make sure that when you're putting the lid on, that the vents are away from your hands. You don't want to put it pointing towards your hands here. And use your oven mitts if you can. I recommend that because while the handles don't get hot, the contents do get very hot. The other thing about cooking in the microwave, I've read, because I was a little bit questioning that myself, I read that when you cook foods at a higher temperature for a shorter period of time, you're preserving the nutrients. So rather than boiling broccoli, which all the nutrients will end up in the water, when you steam broccoli in the steamer, it retains more of its nutrients like vitamin C. Not to mention, it's extremely quick, and I would rather you do this at home in your microwave and you have dinner on the table in 20 minutes or less than go through a drive-through and eat 1,000 calories and God knows what else, right? So you'll see how healthy this food is. This tray you can use to cook bacon. So you put the bacon in there, 5 minutes later you have nice crispy bacon. You can turn it upside down. You can cook your ground meat. We have this handy dandy tool here. I forgot to show it to you earlier. I was never a gadget person until I started doing Epicure, because now there's all kinds of gadgets that are really good time savers I was never aware of before. This is the meat separator. So you can put your ground meat in there, kind of mush it in there, put it in the microwave, take it out, do it again, and all of the grease goes to the bottom because it goes through the holes. So that's really handy dandy, but we don't need that right now. This is what I used to break up the meat when I made the marinara, the sauce. So another really great thing in the Mexican class that we teach, you mash your avocados with this for guacamole. So really, really handy tool to have around. Okay, so I think I told you everything about the steamer. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. It is, it's a really remarkable tool. I've used it to cook whole chicken, and this is where I usually put in the part where I cooked a lasagna and it changed my life. So you'll get to see that in a second. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with, here's another prep cup, and it's labeled, like I said, with the measurements. We're gonna take 3/4 of a cup of this sauce, and we're just gonna put it at the bottom of the dish, like so. I'm just going to spread it out. Okay, and then you have these no-boil noodles right here. This makes it fast. So I'm just going to put 2 down, 2 of the no-boil noodles down, and then we're going to take half of this ricotta spinach mixture. And we're going to put that down over the noodles there. And you want to make sure that when you put down your sauce and your ricotta here, that you get to the very edges, because you want the all the surface area of the noodles to have the liquid from everything we're putting on there, so that it gets cooked thoroughly. I mean, it's going to be in there for 15 minutes, so it should be cooked thoroughly. Okay, so then we're going to do another 3/4 cup of sauce. Sorry if my hands are in your way. I don't have a cameraman today. Okay. Some more sauce here. I'm just kind of spread it over there. Hopefully you can see sort of what's going on over here. I'm going to spread it out across the top here. Okay. Another 2 noodles. Now it says 3 in the directions, but these are pretty wide, so 3 don't fit. So that's just how that goes. All right. The rest of this. I believe. I hope I'm doing this right. Kind of flying by the seat of my pants today. Okay. Maybe I should have put more sauce first. Let's see. No, spinach mixture was next. I was right. I shouldn't doubt myself. Even so, you can't really mess up anything Epicure. If you don't have the right ingredients, the quite right ingredients, or not enough of one, it doesn't really matter. It'll still taste great. The seasoning still tastes awesome. That marinara sauce is so good. I'm really picky about like Italian food, and it's absolutely great. I love the marinara. It's got great flavor. All right, there we go. That's another 3/4. Oops, took too much out. I'm gonna spread that over the top of that. And another layer of noodles. Now, one thing I forgot to tell you earlier is when I made the sauce, I did salt it. Epicure is extremely low sodium, extremely low sugar, so you definitely need to salt the food. I'm not a big salt person, and I have to salt everything. But that's okay, because I like to put in the salt that I like in the proportion that I like. So I like using Himalaya salt. I don't like a lot of salt, so the fact that I get to add as much as I want is a really good thing about Epicure for me. A lot of my customers really like that if they're on a low sodium diet. So, okay, so there we go. There's those 2 things. I'm going to put these aside. Okay, so what goes on top? Here's another prep cup, and this is our mozzarella. I'll put the mozzarella on top. I didn't get the mozzarella that's like a block. I got the little ball, and so it's a little bit soft, but I'm sure it'll taste great anyhow. It's more milky and creamy than it is waxy, so it'll probably come out great. Let's see here. All right, so put it in there. Now this goes in the microwave for 15 minutes, and while it's cooking, this is the cool thing, is while it's cooking, then we can make everything else, including dessert. So I'm going to put this in here in the microwave. Man, it's heavy. That's a heavy lasagna. It'll make 6 servings, easy. So what I usually do, because there's just 2 of us in here, is we'll have a meal. We'll have 2 meals, and I might freeze another 2 slices for some time later when I'm really lazy and don't want to cook anything. So I'm going to set this for 15 minutes. And there it is. It's lasagna is in the oven, right? It only took a few minutes. I've been only talking for about a little bit over 13 minutes, and part of it was introduction. So that goes to show you how quick and easy it is to pull together. So the next thing I'm going to make is dessert, so that it's ready by the time where the lasagna is. So I'm going to bring over, what I have here is our 4-cup prep bowl. It's like the big sister to the prep cups. So it's very handy dandy, has a lid as well. Got another prep cup to measure. This is our very famous chocolate pudding. It's a favorite. The unique thing about it is it can be mixed with any kind of milk you like. So if you're lactose intolerant, or somebody you love is, and they're not allowed to have pudding because of that, now they can have all the pudding they like, because you can mix it with any kind of milk you want. I happen to have almond milk here, so that's what I'm going to mix it with. So I'm going to go ahead in my prep cup and measure out. Now I have half of a packet there. Like I said, there's only 2 of us. I don't need to make the whole packet, and that's another cool thing about Epicure, is that if you don't want to make a whole packet of anything, you don't need to. Just with any of the seasonings, shake it up, because if there's any thickeners in there, like there's a thickener to make the pudding set, it'll be unevenly distributed if you don't shake the package. So just make sure you shake it up, measure half of it out with a measuring cup. So this is really easy. Just take my whisk and whisk it up. Now you'll notice I have this as a prop. This is your regular store-bought pudding. It will only set in regular cow's milk, so that's one thing at its disadvantage. And it's also got stuff in it like tetrasodium pyrophosphate and blue number 1. Epicure doesn't have any of that stuff in it. I forgot to mention earlier, and I usually have it posted somewhere online, the never ever list. So this is stuff that you will never ever find in Epicure's food. It's stuff like MSG. Everything is gluten-free. I forgot to mention that earlier. Gluten-free. 90% of the products are non-GMO. So, like I said, really healthy stuff. No junk ever. And that's one of the things that really got me hooked on Epicure. Okay, so I'm going to continue to stir this, because if you don't stir it pretty rigorously, it probably won't do so well. Anyhow, so there's several ways you can make this. You can make this half brewed coffee, of course cooled, half brewed coffee and half milk. If you want to make a mocha, you can put some, make a Mexican chocolate pudding. The directions are right here on the back. Add half a teaspoon ground cinnamon and a pinch of chipotle chili to make a Mexican chocolate pudding. You can make it with whipping cream and make it very decadent. So, and there's only 4 ingredients in here. Organic palm sugar, food starch, which is a tapioca starch, by the way. It's not cornstarch. Organic cocoa powder and sea salt. That's it. There's no unpronounceable ingredients in here. It's just, it's just so much healthier, especially for kids, right? But, for adults too. Oh, the sugar. Can't forget to tell you about that. Okay, so this has 18 grams of sugar per half cup serving. This is 18. So, big difference in the 2 puddings. All right, so I've almost got this all incorporated. Just want to make sure. I'm going to leave you for 3 seconds while I put this in the fridge so that you can see. By the time we're done, it'll be all set. It doesn't take very long at all. Okay. That aside. I don't really need the lid, but I'm just going to show you it works. There you go. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'd rather do that than stop it and start it again, because sometimes I have to keep pressing the button. Anyhow, all right, moving along. So let's make a salad, right, to go with our lasagna. So I've got 2 bowls here. Oh, wait a minute. Can't forget to show you this. Okay. Okay, if you want to make the lasagna low carb, you can do that this way by making zucchini noodles. So here's our mandolin. It's called a 4-in-1 mandolin. There are two straight blades, and you just do this. You take this, put the first part in, and then pop the back ones in. Always use the guard. So there's 2 straight ones, like I said, 1 thin and 1 thicker, and then 2 julienne spiky things. That's the larger one. Oops, that's the larger one. This is the smaller spaced. There we go. Okay, so always use the guard because this thing is very sharp. You just go ahead and punch that there. And then we will make a couple of these for you, just so you can see. So, you can see how very easily you can take these now zucchini noodles and put them in the steamer instead of the actual pasta. Now, this is the thing. With zucchini, you don't want to just put them right in there. It'll make it really watery. All the juice will come out. So you want to do is you put these on a paper towel, salt them, leave them set for a few, and then just pat them down. And all of the salt makes all of the liquid from the zucchini come out. You can do the same thing with eggplant. And actually, if you don't do that with eggplant, it'll come out bitter. So you can make an eggplant lasagna if you wanted as well, right? So that I just wanted to show you that really quick. I never get to use the mandolin, so I just wanted to show you. All right. Okay, so now, what else? What was I doing? Oh, salads. Okay, so I'm going to just chop a couple tomatoes. This is one of our knives. We have ceramic knives, and they're sharp, and they're great for stuff like tomatoes that tend to slide around. Oh, I'm not doing this right. See, I need to be chopping on here on one of my mats. See, this is one of my chopping mats, and they go right in there very easily. I have a lot of things to show you, and I want to make sure I get a lot of them in, because I don't get to talk to you a lot. So, you know, got to make sure I show you all the tricks that I can while I have you. All right, so there we go. Tomatoes for salad number 2. Okay, so dressing. Whew. One of the things I love about Epicure is I've never had to buy salad dressing again. Salad dressings in the store, you know, they last in your fridge forever, and they're full of hydrogenated oils and sugar and sodium and just terrible things you should not be ingesting. So I recommend you get a cruet. This has measurements on the side here, and of course I forgot to get my red wine vinegar from the fridge before I started, or my balsamic. So let me see. Oh, so I've got the balsamic dressing here. This is the balsamic vinaigrette. You find that by going, if you're online, I forgot to give you all of the URLs. So if you're online shopping, the marinara is at Shop Food and Pasta, and the dressings are at Shop Food and Dressings. And I think that's all we've covered so far. I'm pretty sure the chocolate pudding's under dessert or baking or something like that. Okay, so on the back, let's see, I'm going to make half a recipe. So it's 3/4 cup olive oil. So, you know, I'm going to eyeball half of that. There we go. That's about half of 3/4 cup. And I've got to disappear another second because I forgot the balsamic in the fridge. Hold on. I'm back. It's a new one. All right. So let's call for about 1/4 cup of balsamic. Oh boy. Well, let's see. That's going to take forever. Let's see if I can. No, that's not going to come out. All right. Well, I'll just have to do this like this here. I'm going to show you. All right. Well, the cool thing is that it stays on the bottom, so I can exactly see how much I need in there. All right. There we go. About 1/8 of a cup of balsamic, and then we need a tablespoon of this. This is our 4-in-1 spice spoon, and it's got a tablespoon, a teaspoon, half teaspoon, and then if you look at this, there's a line, and that's where the quarter teaspoon is. You're not gonna be able to see it on here. So anyhow, so the cool thing about our spoons is they fit into all our jars. We've got our handy dandy funnel here, and I'm going to put a tablespoon of this in there. This is at the end of its life, so shoo. All right, so easy. Now I'm making this special. I'm going to make a summer berry balsamic dressing. So I'm going to take some of our summer berry. It's one of our really popular mix-ins for Greek yogurt to make a very low sugar flavored yogurt, much healthier than the pre-mixed ones at the store. So I'm going to take a tablespoon of this. I'm going to put that in there as well. It makes a delightful berry flavored balsamic dressing. Find the lid real quick. There we go. Hocus pocus. Instant salad dressing. Really yummy and no junk. And you get to choose the quality of the ingredients that you want in here. Okay. So how are we doing? We've got 4 minutes left on the lasagna. What else can I show you in 4 minutes? I can show you a lot of things. So, once in a while, the lazy chef strikes again, and I don't feel like making garlic bread the right way. So what I do instead is I have some butter here. It's softened in this little dish. Probably a couple tablespoons or so. I didn't measure. My butter didn't have measuring lines on it. And this is our herb and garlic dip mix. You can get that by going to Shop Food and then Dips, or Dip Mixes. Dips, I think it's called. So anyhow, this isn't just for making dip though. I use it for everything, especially on my steamed vegetables, but it makes a great lazy man's or lazy chef's garlic toast. So I literally toast my bread in the toaster and then spread this on it. That's it, and it tastes awesome. I think I have a little spreader here, and I think the butter is, yep, it is soft enough that it's gonna, I just put a teaspoon in there. You can add more, but that's just herbs and garlic and yumminess, and that's all it takes. You just spread this on your toasted bread. It tastes just as good as any other garlic bread out there. And of course, we need to add some salt because Epicure has very, very low salt, so we want to make sure. I don't remember if the butter is salted or not. Probably should have tasted it, but okay. So there you go. So that's how you do really easy peasy garlic toast. Okay, let's see here. What else do I have to show you? Okay, I want to show you this. This is the rectangular steamer. It's the baby sister. We have a lot of those things. It's a baby sister of the multi-purpose steamer. It's smaller. It's good for either somebody cooking for themselves all the time or to heat up lunch. You can make a banana bread loaf in there or something like that. One really great side that I was going to try to make today, but I just knew I'd run out of time. A great side to make with your lasagna would be a pesto zucchini. So you just chop up the zucchini in chunks. You put it in the rectangular steamer. You sprinkle some pesto and some salt on it. Put it in your microwave for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 minutes. The steamers come with a card that tells you how long you can put vegetables in there for, and it's an awesome side, and it comes out in 2 minutes. It's awesome. The other thing I wanted to show you was some of our desserts. I've got, one other of our desserts. I've got these Chocolatey Temptation cupcakes, and you can buy these muffin pans. They go in the microwave, so you can have these delicious chocolatey cupcakes in 2.5 minutes. They're also they're vegan. You make them without eggs. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right thing. Yeah, there's nothing in there. They're gluten-free, of course, because everything Epicure is gluten-free. And there's directions on the back here to make it in regular muffin pans and a round pan. But these are awesome because you can use them for muffins and cupcakes. But I just also saw somebody today use it to poach eggs. You put the eggs in there and put them in boiling water in a high-walled skillet. You can poach eggs, and they stay all nice and neat in there. You can use it for the kids to separate their snacks, like a snack tray. I thought that was really cool. One thing I want to try, and I want to try to get a video out for it. Well, one of them is the cupcakes. I want to show you how to do those. But the other is egg bites for like in the morning. So you mix up some eggs and some of Epicure's herb and garlic. Throw some chunks of ham in there, cheese, and whip them up. Fill these up, put them in the microwave for probably a minute and a half, something like that. And you'd have these awesome egg bites for when you're running late in the morning. So there's that. So let's see. We've got 5 seconds for the lasagna. So I think, all right. Now I'm going to break my own rule here and not stop to get oven mitts. But my microwave is right here. I have literally no chance of burning myself when it's so close. So, but sometimes, okay. So it's the moment of truth. Woo! Wow, that is hot. That is hot. Okay. Whew. All right. I think you can see that from there. Woo. But you can see how bubbly and delicious it is. It's all cooked up. You'll notice I did not put any oil in here. It's nonstick. You don't need to. And at the end of the day, when I go to clean this out, there's going to be no stuck mozzarella cheese on the sides. It's not completely nonstick. I'll probably use this. Now remember, you don't want to use a knife in your silicone steamer. You'll poke a hole in it. So I have this, what is this thing called? The corner spatula. I wrote it down because I can't ever remember. It's a corner spatula, and it's great for like cutting in your silicone. So that'll work well there. Let's see, what else did I have to do here? I think that was about it. I think I showed you everything that I had dragged out of my kitchen to show you. One more thing I want to leave you with, because it's new to me this year, and that is the fundraisers. We do Epicure does fundraisers. So for your organization sells these collections for $25, and you get 10 of it back in your profit for your organization. So what comes in here is a chocolate pudding, so you get dessert, sweet. Now the specific items may change. Like I said, in these times they may have to switch out some stuff. But right now it has sweet and sour stir fry, mac and cheese, Southern baked, which is gluten-free crumbs for your like fried chicken but healthy. Taco, very popular, and the pulled chicken goes a long way in the slow cooker. Awesome. So if you want to do a fundraiser, let me know. You can do it from anywhere, and it's really, for $25, it's like a deal. It's better than a tin of chocolates or something, right? It's much more healthy, and you get 5 meals plus dessert out of it. So anyhow, I'm not going to keep you any longer because I've already gone 31 minutes. But with all my yapping in between things, you can see how easy it is to get dinner together very quickly for yourself, and even making something like a lasagna in your kitchen very quickly and healthy, because you can control what goes in your food. So anyhow, let me know what you think. I will be seeing you offline and or online as it may be, and I'll just see you next time. Thank you so much for your attention and for being with me here today.